Hi, it's Amanda, and today we are gonna braise. I'm really excited because we've never done this together before. So I'm gonna show you how to make braised beef short ribs because it's easy AF.
Okay, so don't let the word braise scare you. Braising is just like making a stew. It's cooking something low and slow, but first you sear the meat, caramelize the vegetables, make a broth, and that's it. So we're gonna start with these beautiful beef short ribs. I always get them on the bone. This makes them really tender and it adds so much more flavor to your broth. And we're gonna go high heat, so let's get our heat going. I'm using a Dutch oven because of the heat conduction and the even heat. Now you can put these in an oven and go slow and low as well after searing them and creating the braising liquid. I love the Dutch oven because it just simmers all day on the stove and your house and your kitchen smells so good, so comforting. My dad makes an amazing, used to make an amazing beer braised beef stew, and this has a lot of those same flavors, the red wine, the vegetables, the tomato paste. So get your beef seasoned really well, get your Dutch oven very hot, use cast iron or whatever kind you have, a little bit of oil. Obviously the beef is gonna give off a lot of fat. And I'm gonna sear it on all sides, even on the bone side, because that will just give me much more flavor, right? It's gonna enhance the beef flavor. While this is getting hot, I'm gonna cut up my vegetables. I'm not using celery, so I'm just using onion and carrot because I just want the sweet veggies. Tomato paste, garlic, and then thyme. You can use rosemary, you can use sage, whatever you like. This beef can stand up to all the flavors. Of course, a little bit of red wine to deglaze in the braising liquid. Okay, so now we are getting hot. And we're going in for the sear. Okay, now we've seared the beef ribs on all sides, taking about 10 minutes, depending on the heat of your pan. How beautiful that is. And the aroma in here is so meaty and good. And now we're gonna go ahead and saute the vegetables right in here. We're gonna get all of that yummy beef nibbly bits off of the bottom. And the vegetables are gonna sweat and they're gonna mix together with all of the delicious bits. And then we'll add the garlic. Okay, we're getting our veggies sweaty, so come on in and take a look. Yeah, that's beautiful. Now we're gonna go ahead and add the garlic and thyme. I like to add the garlic in whole, it's just gonna melt. Okay, and of course, the red wine. Now you could use a dark beer and red wine, like my dad used to do in his stew, or just red wine, or no wine at all if you're not having wines. But use a good wine. If you wouldn't drink it, don't cook with it. Okay, so glaze with the red wine. Give it a stir and get all that yummy stuff off of the bottom of the Dutch oven. Let that evaporate and reduce. And then we add the water, the beef ribs, and we cook. Okay, so the wine has reduced almost by half, even a little bit more. And then I'm gonna add in a little bit, I'm using some beef bouillon, a really high quality product, which I love, or just a beef stock, or honestly, there's so much flavor in the beef ribs, you could just use water. So I'm just creating a base for the ribs to braise in, and I'm putting them back in, and then they're gonna cook. Depending on the size of your beef ribs, they'll either take 1.5, 2 hours to really get tender. We want them falling off the bone. And I usually go meat side down, bone side up, slow simmer, slow and low. Don't forget, that's what braising is. Slow and low. And we'll be back. has cooked for almost 2 hours now. Slow and low and tender. Oh my God. Look how beautiful that is. Okay, so serve this with your favorite root vegetable puree, which I have here. It's sweet potato and it's a little bit of turnips, or just a potato puree, mashed potato. Make it nice and silky and elegant. You've worked so hard on these beef ribs. You want it to be perfect. Now, I've taken some of the braising liquid and reduced it to make it a little shinier, a little glossier. And I'm gonna remove the beef ribs and put them on the puree. Now, some of them have already come off of the bone. If this isn't winter comfort food, I have no idea what is. And then I'm gonna take this gorgeous red wine beef braising liquid and just bathe the beef ribs in it. Oh. That might just be my portion. Okay, and then I'm just gonna top it with a little, I have some fresh parsley here. You can season that with a little olive oil or salt, or just give it a little ploosh in the center. And that is it. Beautiful braised beef short ribs. We learned how to braise. You can do this with any tough cut of meat, and this is winter comfort food made easy AF.